Aliyah Boston confirms what everyone already suspected about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is known for a lot of things, and most of them have to do with her performance on the basketball court, but not all of them. In fact, in the week she spent unable to play basketball this season, it became increasingly clear that Clark is a big personality, something her teammate Aliyah Boston recently backed up on her Post Moves podcast with Candace Parker. Boston was asked to award her teammates superlatives, an often exaggerated descriptor that can be associated with each person. She labeled Clark as her loudest teammate and noted, "Caitlin is very loud. She's a yapper, but I love her. That's our yapper." Boston also said teammate Sydney Colson is the funniest player on the Fever, Natasha Howard has the best playlist, and Brianna Turner is the best cook. The fact that Clark can get a little loud and rowdy isn't exactly news, but it's funny for her teammate to confirm what was already on display throughout the 2025 season. Clark was a loud and persistent pusher of the team's bench mob, which was made up of several players who suffered temporary and or season-ending injuries in 2025. She and Colson were joined by Sophie Cunningham, Ari McDonald, and Chloe Bibby by the end of the season, and Clark often found herself on the receiving end of WNBA fines due to her side-court behavior. Perhaps even more tellingly, Clark is putting those yapping skills to good use and has embarked on a bit of a speaking tour during the offseason. Her name was the first on the list of Florida Forum speakers this year. Caitlin Clark is still working hard on her rehab. Clark is also putting in a lot of time in the Indiana Fever's gym rehabbing her injury and making plans to participate on the USA Basketball Women's National Team in the World Cup qualifiers in San Juan, Puerto Rico, in March of next year. Clark spent several weeks attempting to make a comeback to the floor, but her final game of the season for the Fever ended up being played on July 15. Her ankle injury suffered on August 7 ultimately stopped her from being able to test out her groin, and as a result, she continued to fulfill her role as a bench coach for the team for the rest of the season. Training camp for the qualifiers will likely be held in early March 2026. The United States previously qualified as one of the top 6 teams in the AmeriCup tournament, but could still play in the qualifiers. The FIBA World Cup will take place in Berlin, Germany, from September 4 to 13, 2026.